Hey, J.Bullett, and I've been wanting to make this video for a while. It's about Austin Theory. Um, is he with Seth Rollins? I really think he is. I am pretty sure Austin Theory is with Seth Rollins, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's go back to 2020 when he was the Messiah. You know, Austin Theory was with him around that time, and that group just kind of like it just vanished. It didn't even like there was no turns or anybody. I don't remember that. As far as I remember, I don't think anybody, turned on anybody. It just kind of like got forgotten about, you know. So Seth never really attacked them, from what I remember. Maybe he did. I don't know. I can't remember. Um, or I definitely I don't. I just really don't remember. I'm just gonna go with that. Um, I can't really remember if they ever even feuded as well. Maybe they had a match or something, or maybe he said something before to him during his U.S. title turn. I, no, wait, they were enemies. Okay, they were enemies for a bit when he was going after the U.S. title. So sorry, I did forget about that. That's how bad it is with that reign of theories. Listen, he had a good theory. He had a good theory. What am I talking about? He had he had a good. It was a decent run, but honestly, a lot of the things that Austin Theory has done, we all can really remember. I mean, some of us who really like Theory will remember. It just took me for a second for me to remember that. That's bad. That it took me like boom, a little bit for me to remember that. But yes, okay, they had their little thing going on. That was afterwards though. They didn't really have anything going on, in the beginning. I'm sorry, towards the end of all that, like no one, they didn't clash, no one turned on each other. It was just a genuine, just regular feud, and I guess they may have brought it back, bringing it back to when they was in the group. But yeah, man, it just makes a lot of sense, with Seth Rollins getting attacked by Division, and that's the group he made, and Austin Theory. Okay, he's out. Seth Rollins is out, and then all of a sudden the Hooded figure just keeps coming and coming, attacking, and okay, and he was helping out Division over and over again. And they generally didn't know. It was crazy how a lot of people look. Paul Heyman was a liar, but he generally really didn't know. And a lot of people really thought this was like their doing, and it really wasn't. But yeah, so Austin Theory, it was probably listen. I know the mastermind to all this is Seth, so he probably told him. It's probably how this would go. This is how I will book it. Like he literally got okay. He's hurt. Get on the phone with Austin Theory, whatever. Oh, what are you calling me for? Whatever was talked about, and hey, I need you to do something. Let's start something. Let's be on the same page again, or something like that. However it went. And okay, I'm listening, and they generate a plan, get their attention, be on their side, attack anybody they're going up against, make them believe you, basically. So Austin Theory is literally playing somebody he's not. Because I would have preferably, have him as a babyface. And he's so hilarious. Remember in NXT, he was a goof and he was funny. I like him as that kind of guy. But I feel like they were trying too hard with this whole heel thing with him. But it just never really went anywhere. He's so much better as a babyface. Let's just try that. So for now, we'll play ball with what he's doing with the vision. Um, but yeah, definitely let's slow roll this. They it took him a couple of weeks to reveal that it was him, and I was saying it. If you go on my TikTok videos, I was saying it for a long time. It was Austin Theory. You know, I've had wild people on my comments saying, "Uh, John Moxley," and I'm like, "Whoa, buddy, there's contracts involved. They can't just grab John Moxley. We live in a world of contracts, so no one can just from another company just say come in and say, hey, yeah. I mean, he's been doing it over at AEW, but it doesn't mean that he's coming to WWE. So people just have to stop that. There's contracts, but yeah, So, all right, now he's actually teaming with them, like what he did, last night. So, I'm sorry, not last night, last week. Jesus Christ. See, I'm all over the place. I'm doing so much content that I just can't function right. But but yeah, so he uh he was tag team with what was it, Logan? I believe it was Logan. No, it wasn't. It was Bronson. Jesus Christ, I'm just all over the place. It was Bronson. Sorry, Logan wasn't even at the show. So they teamed and they're going up against CM Punk and Rey Mysterio. Okay, Braun and Braun, they're both. Well, actually, more of Braun Breaker. They're more like he's more like I don't trust this guy. And Paul Heyman's trying to convince them, no, everything is okay. So Paul Heyman's already like convinced, I guess, or maybe he's not stupid. I don't know. You never know with Paul Heyman, but definitely they're not really 100% with him. After what happened on last week's Monday, maybe. Let's see. Now let's just forward now. And let's say we get into a moment where Seth Rollins comes back, right? Or they go with another hooded figure. I don't know what they'll do. But anyway, let's say something happens. Braun Breaker does become champion. Or he's on his way of becoming champion. And Seth Rollins comes back. What if Seth Rollins comes back at the January of Raw? I genuinely think if that happens, that'd be very interesting. I think if he does go there on the 5th, definitely that's where you'll get this. You'll get all the answers between uh, Austin Theory and Seth Rollins. What's actually happening? So we'll definitely see all that. But before we get all there, okay, how is what happened? It can happen during a Braun Breaker and CM Punk match. I don't know. I'm not saying that he's gonna come back on the 5th. I'm just, booking. If it does happen, Seth music come on, whatever, or Seth just comes out from the crowd or a hooded figure, however they want to do this. And then Austin Theory's like, he has to like kind of pretend like, okay, let me attack this guy, and we gotta plan. Let's just make him believe, right? It may not even go that way either. He might just not want to attack Seth and just hesitate, or he'll just pretend he's gonna do it, and then they both look at each other, smile. Or Austin Theory just might go for the kill and just hit Braun or one of the Brauns or Logan. So it may wait. It may go however way they want to do it. Let's put Austin Theory and Seth Rollins back together, and let's make another group. Let's put someone else in there. I had a lot of people in my live stream for AEW World's End on Saturday. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, we want Oba or we want Trick or all these guys that wouldn't make sense." I'm sorry, honestly, I don't think they would fit in that role. I mean, definitely you could put a young guy with them. Like, let's say you get a Miles Bourne. I will not complain with a Miles Bourne joining with Seth. You know what I'm saying? So that would be cool to get a Miles Bourne. He's like another version of like a Randy Orton. Like if you were to build a wrestler in a laboratory, yes, you'll get Randy Orton, but you'll also get Miles Bourne. Like literally, he has the drop kicks down. Oh, he's good. I've really gone to grown on him, so that makes more sense. A Miles Bourne, a young guy like that. Oba's just a destroyer. He doesn't follow anybody. Trick Williams, he don't follow nobody either. You know what I'm saying? Look how it turned out between him and Mello when he was like his lackey. So basically, what I'm saying is none of those guys are gonna be it. Miles Bourne seems like the guy who needs direction. So maybe, I don't know if they'll call him up, but that makes more sense if you want a young guy with them, or to just have a current guy in the roster and just put them together and pair them up like whatever. But that's how I see that. So definitely that would be really cool to see. I would love for all of that to go down that way with Austin Theory. So, like I said, keep it slow, you know. And even if they don't do it at January 5th. If Ron is the champion, have Seth come back, or maybe have Seth come back at the Royal Rumble and win it. You can go, you can go so many ways with this thing, man. And have Austin Theory playing the game and actually attacking him, or you know, doing, to keep the plan going to make him. And then when you get to WrestleMania, you can also do that. And then you get there, and it's just like, oh, he's gonna help Braun, and it's just like, I'm helping Seth, and then it's just like, what? And then Seth goes for the kill, 1, 2, 3, and Seth becomes champion at WrestleMania. I don't know. That's just another way I would do it, but definitely if Braun doesn't become champion, we might get a Seth and Braun match at WrestleMania. I don't know how long you can hold that. It all depends on how long Seth is out for. I don't know. I mean, he's not in a sling anymore, but let's see how long. Let's see what they. I want to see what they cook here. I just definitely don't want them to drop the ball with Austin Theory. I don't want them to just forget about him. Definitely turn this into like a baby face. After he's done doing what he's doing with the Vision, I want him to turn into a baby face after this. Don't want him to get lost. He's one of those young guys where it's just like, why has he not been doing more? He was in a tag team with Waller, and it was just taking forever for them, the feud. They didn't do anything with it. So it's like, let's get this right. Let's definitely get Austin Theory as a babyface. But basically, that's literally what I would do to do that whole storyline down the line. You can extend it all the way to WrestleMania, or an after WrestleMania, or you can extend into the Royal Rumble, or WrestleMania season. Around there, you pull the trigger maybe, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Listen, like and subscribe. You'll have videos here, or I'm sorry, probably like here. I'm pointing at the wrong area. Whatever. Here we go. Here and here, you'll see the videos. You should subscribe right here. Check out my other videos. Like I said, I got more going on, and I definitely post on TikTok every day as well. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, you can add me the same on TikTok. You can find me on YouTube. They're both the same, J.Bullett Wrestling. You can find me like that. If you ever want to see me do live reactions on the pay-per-views, I definitely always do it on TikTok. I'm building a fan base over there. So I'm just trying to get my fan base on TikTok first, but then at the same time posting on here as well. So if you guys ever wonder, if you want to see a live stream, they're definitely fun. I definitely get some people, conversating with. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I try to make it as fun as I can. I commentate throughout the whole thing, so it's a lot of fun. So far, I've had some good experience, and people followed me. And last one it went so great. I've never talked to so many people like that before. So I definitely am growing on the audience side, like fan base over there. I'm not there yet. I only have just a few followers on there, but it's growing every time I go live. And whenever I post videos, I guess some people like it, so they'll follow me. But definitely want to keep it going, especially on YouTube. I would definitely, like I said on my last video, I'm definitely trying to grow this thing. I want this to be a brand, J.Bullett Wrestling, and I just want to grow it. So I'm literally planting my seed, and I want the flower to just burst. I want to just go up there. So definitely help me out, like and subscribe, like I said, and look out for more videos. Definitely working on more projects. Got a couple ideas from the guys from the chat on the live stream. But yeah, I will see you guys soon, and look out for the next video. See you later.